Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. Let me tell you something. If you're thinking that I'm looking a little more tan than I usually do, then you're absolutely right. It's a bit of a falsehood though. I am not completely tan. This is what we would call a farmer's tan. If you take a look, you can see all that white skin underneath. I'm not going to pull this up. I'll pull it down a little bit. I'm going to show you my man titties. Man titties, that brings to light a point I was going to make about the tan. Manhood. Been spending a lot of time outside in some slightly agricultural pursuits, working in a farm plot, and also seeding a lawn. I've got green grass coming up all around this new house. Green grass coming up in a place that was just rocks and dirt a week ago. Why do I mention all this before talking about the beer? Well, because drinking good beer and doing all these other things I've mentioned are manly pursuits, and manly pursuits are sorely lacking in the current young generation. In this age of soy boys, cucks, and just a complete lack of morals in our young men, you really need to check out something like That Larry Show. Weekly podcast put on by the man Larry Blydner from the TNS, that's short for Take No Shit Dojo. You guys should check it out every Tuesday. Bonus episodes are available for those of you who pledge at least $5 a month on Patreon, which you should do because they are so worth it. And every other Sunday you get to listen to Sinner's Sunday for those of you who have lost faith in a lot of your corporate God providers. Larry provides us a 15 to 20 minute sermon that has more fucking meaning than anything I've ever sat through in an hour-long church service. Check them out, www.thatlarryshow.com, or better yet, patreon.com/thatlarryshow. Pledge the $5 a month, folks. It's totally worth it. Anyway, got to give props to the man Larry. Got to give props to manly pursuits, including brewing beer. I'm hoping to start doing some home brewing myself pretty soon, but we're looking today at something from Marsh Island Brewing. Bunch of manly men working there too. Let me tell you something. These guys have put out some great beers over the years. Their IPAs are always spectacular. In an age where, let's see, I said something similar earlier. In an age where we've gotten a lot of crappy IPAs because every brewery out there is just throwing IPAs out there left and right to meet the market demand, Marsh Island has always had a solid IPA in every single one of their IPA offerings. And I'm hoping tonight's selection is no different. This is Phoenix IPA. Man, that label caught my attention. Now, don't get me wrong. Pulp Truck, Swayze, those are the two that hit me right off the bat. Swayze is awesome. Pulp Truck is great. They got a lot of other solid IPAs, and they don't limit themselves to IPAs. They've got a lot of other great brews as well. But Phoenix IPA, this label caught my attention. Man, it says it's brewed with lactose, so even though that's not in the name or anything, I'm expecting a smooth, creamy IPA. And from Marsh Island, it was in Orono, Maine. This is at 6.8% ABV, so it's going to be a pretty hefty alcohol content. Yes, in case you couldn't tell, I have had a couple of other pretty hefty ABV beers prior to this. Just means you can trust everything I've said up to this point, right? Now, there's no story on the label, just the name, but I bet if I bump into these guys at the next Brewfest, the next big main Brewfest, they'll be able to tell you why they called it Phoenix. Sorry, I know this whole thing's kind of been off the rails from the beginning, but doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to what I've had to say so far. Anyway, it is a pale yet very, very hazy IPA with decent effervescence. Didn't take me that much effort to get a good head on it. It's a somewhat pale yellow, maybe straw? No, not quite straw colored. Straw colored where the glass is thicker and there's more beer in it. But just a hazy yellow IPA. And it looks like an oily haze because I don't see a lot of flecks or flocks coming out in that would tell me that this is particulates. I didn't leave anything in the bottom of the can that would indicate this was particulates. So that's got to be just a hop oil haze. It looks very juicy. Not a lot of bubbles coming up from that nucleation point, so it's quite effervescent to begin with, but it doesn't look like it's continuing to effervesce. That's okay, nothing wrong with that. I'm getting an overall hoppy bitterness, a bit of an earthy aroma, earthy and grassy with a hint of citrus. Maybe lemongrass. The earthy is really impressing me. That's why I keep sniffing it, because I don't pick up on earthy and floral notes that much. As I'm more keyed towards citrus and pine, so the fact that I'm actually getting earthy notes in the aroma, it's already got my attention. You know, like I said, grassy and citrus, almost a lemongrass. And now maybe I'm getting hints of metallic, which could just be the citrus and grass and earthy notes all blending together. But it's got a great smell. God, I could sit here and smell this all night. But I've already rambled on enough for you folks. Medium to medium light mouthfeel. I'm going to go with medium light. Quite juicy. It's got a crisp finish with those grassy notes coming out. Holy crap, that is going down easy. It's crisp. It's actually kind of got this cooling feel as you swallow it. But that crisp finish makes it a great summer IPA. And don't get me wrong, I could see myself drinking this any time of the year, but that cooling sensation and the crispness and the finish really lend themselves to a summer beer. Very juicy. Very, very juicy. But not citrus in the way that you normally think of a citrusy hop. It's got a sweet citrus flavor. Like I said, normally with a citrusy hop, you think of lemony, limey, a sour type of citrus. This is like more of a sweet citrus, like an orange. Then I'm getting that hint of earthiness and grassiness in the finish. I had that crispness, like fresh cut grass. Like if the aroma of fresh cut grass had a taste, this is what I imagine it would be. And just that really crisp and cool finish. Damn. I gotta ask about the story behind the name because I'm sure they have some reason for it, but that's definitely a solid IPA. I mean, this is going to disappear dangerously fast given how inebriated I am already at this point. But it's damn delicious. I'm not quite at the full 5 out of 5 wow factor, but I think I'm as close as I can get. And I know Marsh Island is definitely a favorite of mine, so that might be playing, and I might be giving them extra points because of favoritism. Who knows? But I think it's well earned if it is favoritism. All right. This is a 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, I'm not quite hitting that wow factor of a full 5 out of 5 perfect beer, but it's as close as you can get. It's damn good. I mentioned before, in a day and age when everybody's throwing IPAs out there left and right, it is so nice to see. Pardon. Ooh. Getting a little more sourness in the belch than I was in the original taste. Nothing wrong with that. Just hints more at the complexity of the beer. Here come the hiccups. Bear with me for a second here. Easy out. Just for the record, according to most medical professionals, regardless of a state of drunkenness or soberness or any other factors, the two main factors that cause hiccups are either a dry throat or a fluctuating diaphragm. In this case, I'm obviously not experiencing a dry throat as I've been drinking plenty of beer this evening. So it must be down to the fluctuating diaphragm, in which case you regulate your breathing and you will get rid of your hiccups. The whole breathing into a paper bag thing, probably more effective than any other home remedies because it regulates your breathing. Eating a spoonful of sugar, drinking a beer upside down, all that other crap, fuck that. Fix your dry throat, fix your fluctuating diaphragm, hiccups are gone. Anyway, nice little segue there. Thanks for bearing with me through all of this talkativeness. But 4.5 out of 5 for me for this beer. It's amazing. Marsh Island's got a lot of really solid offerings. I look forward to seeing them to every brewfest I go to for Maine. One of these days, I've got to get to the fucking brewery. I mean, it's right in Orono, and I spend time in Bangor from time to time, so we got to get there eventually. Anyway, I think I've reached the limit of what I have to say. Thanks for bearing with me through all of that. Check out that LarryShow.com. You will not regret it. You will not. Listen to 1 or 2 episodes. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. But if you, I think it's for you guys. If you have a a set of testicles, then you're gonna like it. Anyway. Check it out. Check out this beer as well. Once you've done so, hit me up down below in the comments and the email link down below. Let me know what you have to say about it. Also like to hear what you have to say about that Larry show as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for bearing with me through my my little segues there. And cheers.